Hi there. Last time Acsys took a creative break, but for the Technical Forum 2026 I am back on stage. Laser engraving has been established as the standard. We will unveil a solution that allows you to produce on a mass scale with efficiency and precision. Let's have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present you the ACSYS OLP, which stands for Optical Layout Positioning. During this presentation, I will give you a little bit of context. We will talk about the evolution of laser engraving. We talk about the OLP, which is the hardware side. We also talk about OPR, which is the software side. And then in the end, I also show you another great possibility that you can do with this kind of technology. As you know, the company Acsys, we introduced ultra short pulse technology, previously the picosecond laser for a couple of years now, the femtosecond laser for almost a decade. Last year, we presented our ultra fast engraving and performance tool pathing processes, which allows you to engrave extremely fast, even up to 10 times faster compared to a CNC milling process, for example. And because the laser is now so incredible fast, it allows you to do what we call direct laser engraving, which basically means that you have a pre-produced die, already hardened, polished, rim, dome. Only the engraving is missing, and then you bring it directly to the laser, you engrave your image, and you're basically ready to strike coins or metals. And you could say 10 times faster. This is a ridiculous claim. Can you prove that? Well, a couple of years ago for the IMD TC, we started the laser application subcommittee. It was a big group of 8 participating MINTs. You see all these MINTs here. And we tried to find out what is the limit of laser technology, especially femto laser technology, and how much faster we can engrave. So the task was to, these MINTs, they gave us a design, they engrave it with the current engraving technology, we engrave it with our new technologies, and then we compare how much faster we are and what is the quality. The convener of this group was Mr. Mike Costello from the United States MINTs. Unfortunately, he cannot be here with us at the World Money Fair. But as you can see on this chart is that in some of the cases, we were indeed 10 times faster compared to the current engraving process. The US Mint was so amazed with these results that they started their own internal investigation, and they presented it last year at the MDC in South Africa, where they showed that with the direct laser engraving, they can save money up to a 6-figure annually. Simplification of process chain, reduce quality control efforts, consistent and high quality results, and is also environmental friendly. And because of that, the US Mint announced the official plan that by 2027, every single die, not only for metals, collector coins and commemorative, but also for circulation dies, they want to engrave directly by laser. But this brings us to a new challenge. Now that you have hundreds or even thousands of dies that you want to engrave by laser, you don't want to position them one by one. That would be, it takes forever, sometimes even longer than the engraving itself. So we had to come up with a solution, which is the OLP. What is the OLP basically? It is an optical technology that allows you to detect a die with inside the machine and then automatically position your engraving on the center. Very reliable, very consistent, high accuracy. And it doesn't even only work for flat dies. It can be a die with a rim. It can be a domed die. It can be polished. It can be grinded. Whatever it is, we will detect it consistently. The advantage of an optical solution is that you don't need complicated fixtures where you have to clamp the part. No more manual positioning by hand, and it allows you a mass scale of producing dies. Here's a very simplified schematic of how the OLP works. When we developed this technology, we were trying different combination of camera systems, optical solutions, different lightnings, illumination technologies to make sure that we have found the best possible setup. We detect the diameter very precisely and then basically find the center point, place it there, and then you can start your engraving. And even if your die has on the stamp feet a certain geometry or edge where you use it for alignment in your press, that is also no problem. We also have a simple solution for that. Now, here, for example, is a picture of a die with a dome with a very standard optical solution. It's a basic camera, it's a ring light, but it's a very poor image quality. You see it's very low resolution. You get a lot of reflections from the polished die. There's a dome, so it's very hard to even see the outer edge of the die. Then we were trying also, for example, different solutions with a dome light. So basically a special technology that shines light from all kind of different directions, and it was a huge improvement. Now you see the edge very, very clearly. You can easily set a center point, but it has a clear disadvantage because now in the center you have a blind spot. So you see that here, there's no light coming back to the camera system. So it's not very easy to use that manual. And now this is the solution how we see the die. You see there's no more blind spot, a very clear edge. It allows us to precisely position your engraving. You can use it also as a manual mode, even if it's polished and domed. And to give my voice a little bit of rest, now I will show you a quick video how the OLP works in action. Shout out to my friends from the Yoli Mint who providing me with the material for testing. Some quick facts. We use a 12 megapixel high resolution camera. We work in standard with a view of around about 40 millimeters, gives us a resolution of plus minus 13.5 micron. We use a fast single image capture and then use this image with our OPR software for detecting the piece. And if you don't want to work in automatic mode with OPR, this system is also capable to be used in manual mode. So you can use it as your everyday machine. Now that we have, I'm also happily to announce that the OLP is now available as an option for a new machine. And if you are already an Acsys customer with micron precision, you can also retrofit and upgrade your machine with this unit. So now that we have talked about the hardware side, I also want to explain a little bit the software side, which is our tailor-made OPR solution, which basically is a software that you can teach where to find it, what to find it, and then the software will basically look for the part and position everything automatically. And all this allows you to mass produce dies. For each diameter, for each contour, for each geometry, you can save a program. With the program, you can also attach, for example, a simple picture that reminds you of what is the actual engraving job. As you've seen in the video, if the camera does not detect the correct diameter or there's no part at all, we will not engrave empty. And like I mentioned, everything can be also used in manual mode without the OPR software. And OPR has also another nice feature, because, for example, if you combine it with our Piranha multi-shift machine, which is a semi-automated machine, you could, for example, use the OPR technology to detect gold bars or any other precious metal products for serial numbers, personalization, adding security features. The system can be connected to your ERP system, is highly automated, and can be integrated into your process flow. Here also a brief video of, for example, how we see a tray. OPR detects the gold bar, the position, and then we engrave basically the entire image for the gold bar because they're very thin and it's very hard to mint them. Everything works fully automated and we don't remove any gold with our process. That means you don't change the weight. And that's basically it with my presentation.